Welcome to the Riftbreaker. My name is Nilaus, and this is a game that I've been looking forward to since it was first announced. Now it's finally here. It has released on Steam, and it is available today. So I want to start by thanking the good people at Exo Studios for sponsoring this video and providing a review copy of the game. So thank you very much. Do check it out now. This is available on Steam, as I said. I will be making a Let's Play here on YouTube, and it will be focused on sort of explaining the details and the mechanics as we go along. And of course, if you want to see more Riftbreaker here on the channel, then make sure to hit the like button and share the video. And of course, if you're new around here, consider subscribing so you can keep up with all of the cool Riftbreaker content and anything else that comes along on the channel. To celebrate the launch, I will also be streaming over on my Twitch channel. This is twitch.tv/Nilaus, and I'll be streaming tonight. It's of course a separate campaign and stuff, but there are more integration options so that you in chat can course different things in the game. And that's pretty cool, so come check that out if you are interested in more Riftbreaker today on launch day. Let's dive into the campaign. We're gonna play it on hard difficulty because of course we are. And while we are playing, I am going to let the narration play out. Just a bit of context maybe on what kind of game it is. I've been super hyped about it, but maybe you have kind of missed it. I would call it, it's a base builder game, but it's also a bit of a hack and slash, and there are tons of biters and trees to kill. So it's also like the good old factory builder terraforming project more than it is. It's not a city builder, it's a base builder and factory builder. So let's do that. And we will call it, of course, Let's Play, and I will be diving in. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. We're going to let the cutscene and then the narration play out, and then we'll dive into the gameplay.
Reporting successful jump procedure.
Roger that. Begin field-based setup.
Houston, I've spotted something near the LZ. It's closing in.
Rift jump successful. All systems check. Gravitational strength 1.05 G. Atmospheric pressure within safe levels. Magnetic field check. Error. Repeat magnetic field check with stationary equipment. Star system positioning check. Milky Way galaxy. Sycorax belt. Planet Galatea 37. Ashley, we have arrived.
Welcome to Galatea 37, Mr. Riggs. It's so beautiful here. Virtual simulations on Earth were good, but this is amazing. An alien tropical paradise. And we're the first humans to experience it.
I'm not exactly human. You have a few parts missing as well. And the paradise part is also left to be determined. Remember your training, Ashley. We should set up a base as soon as possible.
You could at least pretend to be human. Just a bit. But you're right. There's no going home until we can construct a functioning rift station. Let's start with the basics.
Alright,
Ashley,
time to play.
Construct a headquarters building to secure our presence here. It will allow me to reconstruct if my armor is destroyed.
So we start by building a command center. So, but while we let the narration run,
is in progress. This is going to be our main base of operations on Galatea 37, our new home.
We have to protect this building at all costs. You will be teleported here whenever I am critically damaged. There is no other backup if this building is destroyed.
That's basic training, Mr. Riggs. Let's focus on the less obvious things.
I am required to remind you of basic protocol, even if we've done this before.
okay, so
We need to expand the base. Let's build a Carbonium factory to do the digging for us.
Yes, we've got much more interesting things to do. Let's automate this.
Let's automate this. All right. So what we're doing here? Let's get into it while we are building. So we have our command center. We have alternating between our mecha build here. We have our mecha. Please don't say anything.
Our base will require huge amounts of power to operate. Right now, we can only construct some basic power plants. Wind turbines and carbonium power plants.
Wind turbines are less effective, but they work around the clock. Carbonium power plants are very effective, but they use up the deposits that they are placed on.
In the beginning, it's best to use a combination of these power sources. We can balance energy peaks and shortages by storing excess energy in energy storages. Also, remember to connect all buildings to the power grid using energy connectors. They connect all buildings within their area of operation, even if power lines are not visible. Ashley, I'm sure that our presence will not go unnoticed. We should build up our base as quickly as possible.
I'm gonna get right on it as soon as you stop talking.
Standard protocol
Oh my
advises
god!
to set up walls and sentinel towers around the
Really
base.
chatty,
However,
these.
don't expect as much aggression from the native fauna as in the simulations.
So far, it looks like the long-range
no idea why
quantum
it's
scans
so
were
chatty.
very accurate. The local fauna and flora appear almost exactly like during training. Follow the protocol, Ashley.
The environment in the simulation was very accurate, that's true. But the scenario was crafted by Riftbreaker Command. They usually focus on the brute force aspect of these missions.
Do you want to run a brute force check if this is a simulation?
You never give up, do you?
Do you?
Okay, Mr. Stubborn. I guess it won't hurt to set up some solid defenses, just in case.
Thank you,
okay.
Captain Novak.
Now it's my turn.
You're welcome, Mr. Riggs.
Shut up. Good. Now it's my turn to talk. It's right. So I'm gonna just explain something, even though we have an incoming attack and we have no way of protecting against it in the time, because I want to just talk a bit about the gameplay. If you look in the lower left-hand corner, we have our sword that we've been amply using at clearing space here. These yellow things here, they explode. So when you, yeah, and I ran out of power. There we go. That is pretty dangerous. That's where we took some damage. Underneath, on a 1 and 2 key, we have a healing, and we have some mines we can place down here. They do not replenish until we have an armory that can build these things for us. So we have two resources primarily here. We have carbonium and ironium, and those are our primary resources. We really need to start building some power, and as was said, we have the different options. The different options are going to be, we're going to build a bit of solar power. Then we're going to go back here and build some more carbonium. With these kind of games, like any RTS-ish games, it's all about just getting into a positive feedback loop where you get more power, more resources, more power, more resources. And this is even more so because there's barely any upkeep on anything. So it's just about getting these things up and running. You can see here each of these carbonium factories here. They produce 1 carbonium per second. That's not much, but they take 20 energy per second. So that's 80 energy, and this one is, these are producing 12 energy each, and they're producing it consistently. So we're going to be building that one. We also need an ironium mining as well, but that's less important right now because everything we do here in the beginning is going to be carbonium based, and every time we find one of these, I want to shoot it because they deal damage. It's a kind of, we get some random spawns here. It's a procedurally generated world, so you can be lucky or unlucky. I would say we're kind of unlucky on this spawn because we have used already, we've taken so much damage from this crap here. Alright, let's build some walls, and I think we'll just cut off this corner here. Walls are indestructible, so let's cut off that corner and then start expanding. Oops, down here. That is, sounds dangerous, but that is actually, you can see here on the minimap, that is a comet that will drop and do something for it. That is way beyond where we are right now. Let's continue on our expansion. Yeah, so as you can kind of see, we're really struggling on this. Alright, so we're cutting off that side, and
Ashley, I strongly advise you to construct an armory. It will allow us to craft new weapons and upgrades, and
I
also
know.
manufacture field repair kits, as well as other usable items.
It's just
And
unfortunately
it
a
will
bit
produce
expensive
more
right now.
ammunition for your guns. Yes, that is an important building.
Unfortunately, we can't build the armory here because we need ironium, and we don't have ironium until we can build that. Now, what I'm going to do is kind of build my own city blocks here. Surprise, surprise. If you've watched anything of that I've been doing before, I am going to have some blocks here. They will be 6x6. That seems to be a really nice size for what we want here. And I'm going to keep getting more power because as we
Not
get...
enough carbonium.
Yeah, I'd also really like to get more carbonium. And this map is not good to us. That is no doubt. I really would like to have 2 carbonium within line of sight to be easy, but doesn't seem to be the case. And unfortunately, we have a lot of these exploding things that are just gonna destroy us. And still no. Oh, there's carbonium. Right, this is kind of far away for us to initially protect. But I think we can do it after the first attack. So we just have to endure the first attack coming in. And where are we at? That one down here. That one's cut off. So we have this line. And let's see. Okay, there are shortcuts as well. C is the shortcut for that one. And that will go here. And this is going to be like a more of a long one. So get it all the way up to there. And from here I can now do that. So what we've done now is we've closed off our base against the first attack. That is really nice. And then we need to build a bit of defenses here. I'm just building these gates so I can go out. Because most of the defense here will actually be around... yeah, so most defense will actually be us doing it. And we have how long time? We have 1 minute. That's not a long time. This thing here is for teleporting, so you can teleport through these locations really easily. Come back here and you can teleport to this. It makes transport super easy. Now we're gonna need some power lines to go all the way out down here to our walls, and I do not care about how these lines look because everything in this game here is going to be very, very temporary. Because we're going to keep expanding every time, all the time. There. We do not know exactly where we're being attacked from. So I'm just going to spread these out. These are basically power poles. Good. And then from here we will be building up more power. And then when we know where the attack is coming from, then we will be upgrading our... let's see. We'll be upgrading and building some sentinel towers, the defensive turrets. But we don't know where they're coming from, so there's no reason for us to build it. How's our... Okay, we're almost at 200, so that means we can build the armory. There we go, and I'm gonna build it somewhere over here, maybe.
I'm detecting a large group of creatures heading towards our position.
The armory will replenish our ammo. What?
Ashley, we don't have a lot of defensive structures. Prepare to fight.
Prepare to fight.
I guess you were right about setting up more defenses.
Yes,
we'll
you're
have
right.
to handle this ourselves. Remember to use repair kits if necessary.
Yeah, so we can now see that the ironium is actually where we are struggling because we don't have enough of that. So let's get one more of those in here. We should have get all of it. Okay, so it's coming from down south here. That's okay. So we build a few defenses on this side and it should be fine. Here. And if we can get just a few more, that would be nice. What's our... Up here we can keep track of what we have.
Not enough steel.
There we go. And we can also see that there's the top one here is AI cores. Alright, they're coming. Let's go out and change to build mode. Oh, wow. Really? They were right outside my base all along?
Armory construction finished. Yeah. We can now use it to craft new items. It will also automatically manufacture ammunition for my weapons.
That was actually a completely insignificant attack. Cool.
Ashley, are you still skeptical about the local creature's level of aggression?
I'm skeptical about the procedures for prepping this planet for colonization.
There.
Humanity lost its love for nature after the Yellowstone eruption. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't try to preserve this ecosystem.
Earth is barely habitable at this point. We have to secure Galatea 37 for colonization and resource extraction as soon as possible. Excessive care about the local environment is unnecessary.
I like you
That's
already.
not entirely true. Other rift-breaking missions have already secured a number of resource-rich planets for humanity. We're not on the brink of extinction.
Alright, let's look at our power. We are way over on our power. That's great. So let's give us a bit of a break on that one.
Damage to the ecosystem is inevitable. You wanted to come here yourself, and you knew what has to be done. Are you doubting the mission?
I know what has to be done. That's not the point. Galatea has to be prepared for colonization. I don't doubt that. If I didn't come here myself, then someone else would have. I believe that we can do this in a better way. We have to defend ourselves and secure the necessary resources to set up the rift station. But we don't have to destroy all the wildlife we encounter. Humanity doesn't need another stripped-down factory world. If we want to progress as a species, then we should study this planet and learn how to blend with the environment and prepare a safe home for humanity.
I mean, I'm not completely. I mean, that's just PR speak. But I stopped listening when after you said something about burn down factory planet, and that sounded like that is exactly what we're gonna do. Burn down the planet, make it into a factory planet. Awesome.
It looks like we have the base up and running.
Yep.
If you'd like to construct more advanced buildings, you'll have to upgrade the headquarters building. Unfortunately, this process also emits a lot of high-frequency energy waves.
These creatures are clearly drawn to our energy emissions, so it will be like an alarm bell for them. We should strengthen our defenses before upgrading the HQ.
And we cannot, so we need to upgrade the HQ, and that's actually where a lot of the game sort of starts from, because yeah, the HQ is really, oh, that's lovely. I'm protecting from down south, but not up north.
The rain is over.
Rain is over.
Turns out that some things are not as different as back on Earth.
I don't need to protect that right now. All right, so the point was that we have not enough AI cores to build the turrets, so we are going to build these buildings here. They are called AI cores. They are super expensive in terms of power, and by super expensive I mean 20 energy per second, and they allow us to build 4 more turrets. So turrets are capped in this regard. You can see here, suddenly we are not getting enough power. That was really quick that we lost all of our power potential. I think it's because of the Ironium build over there. So we just need to build more.
Not enough carbonium.
And I'm gonna just slash this, even though it explodes a bit. So we're down to 96 lower than we have. That is crazy how little power we suddenly have. Let's continue. Each of these are only 12, so 96 is still a lot of those. But at least right now, okay, now we're getting
Not enough carbonium.
up there.
Not enough carbonium.
Not enough carbonium. And you can see here, we have storage for 350, and we can build some storage plants to extend this. I really want to...
Not enough
I know.
carbonium.
Everything is about carbonium in the beginning. Walls are carbonium, power is carbonium, mining is carbonium. So, did I just misplace those? Yeah, I did. Alright, luckily we can refund them and get a full refund, so that is good. I mean, we gotta respect the pathing here. There we go. And then these small ones in the corners. And then, should we build some solar panels? Sure.
Not enough carbonium.
Let's build some solar panels as well. Solar panels are not really worthwhile unless you also build some power storage, because you're gonna get a lot of power during the day and no power during the night. That's kind of how solar works. So it will be that one. Let's also build some of the storage. You can see here the storage here. I only have 1,440 or whatever units they are. So we're gonna need a bit more. There we go. As you can see, carbonium, 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 carbonium. And now I need to upgrade the headquarters building, and I think I'll just do that now because a lot of things are just dependent upon the headquarter building getting done. Let's see what it is. It takes 500 Ironium, so that means we cannot upgrade it until we have some better storage. Let's build some better storage and then maybe go out and just take a little look while we are waiting for that. Let's go over here on the resources and we'll build one of these. They are crazy expensive. Like 100, I think that's crazy expensive for a storage facility. And we'll put that one here, and we'll put that one here. But we do need it. Let's get more power storage. As you can see, we're just gradually scaling up. And now that's up to 750. When we get, what was it? It was 500 of each we needed for the upgrade. And I need this upgrade as fast as possible. Here, yeah, 500 plus 500. The Carbonium, you know what? I don't think we're gonna get any attacks, so let me go out and just explore a bit out here. And by exploring, I mean killing trees and putting down mines everywhere. So we're just basically putting mines everywhere where we can. Getting to the edge of the map. Okay, we see some things here. Whoa! Yep, that's good. Actually, do we have... Oh yeah, we have our weapon is refueled again. You also get resources from these. But these ones are more of artillery pieces here. I think they explode. Yeah, they do explode, so don't melee them. Every single type of enemy has some kind of trick to it and something. But there's also a lot of other things we have to deal with, or not maybe have to deal with, but there's here like research and mods and all that stuff, and we'll definitely get into it. I just feel that if I get into that right now, then it might be a bit overwhelming. There. We've cleared out a lot of things. Plus just taking this one out. Yeah, that should have been a gate there. Alright, let's go into the gate. And that means we have now plenty for our build. Oh, actually, I didn't need to go back. I could just have teleported back. Upgrade. So, we will now be attacked somewhere.
This will attract a lot of attention.
We should reinforce our defenses as much as we can. Things are going to get very hot very soon.
Yeah. There. There we go. And it's coming from that side. So that's, of course, the side that I don't have any defense at. So let's build a bit of defense. And we'll just remove that out there. Get some power lines hooked up to the rest of the power lines. Oops. And we can build some turrets as well.
I am glad we are back on the same page.
Oh, that's only when I did the 6. We were supposed to be doing that like way long ago.
We can't save this world if we let it kill us. Hey, Mr. Grumpy?
Why do you insist on calling me names?
Alright, let's go out and...
I hope you're not offended. Are you?
No, that would be inefficient.
Alright, they're coming from
Come
up there
on,
in
Riggs.
50
Let's
seconds.
Not be so serious. I had
Let's
to
see,
give
what do
you a
we
better
need?
name than what they called you.
Rift Jump and Exploration Mecha-Suit Mark IV, Griffin variant. What is wrong with that name?
Not enough carbonium. It's inefficient.
That's what it is. There, and let's knock out some solar panels because it's the middle of the night. So that's a perfect time to build solar panels, I suppose. Again, I am going a bit crazy on this, but that's because, well, it sucks to run out of power, and our defenses will take a lot of power. So now I am going out and start. Okay, this is like gonna be really dangerous. These are so dangerous to be nearby, and they will absolutely destroy me because I am forgetting about them. All right, let's go out here. I mean, I suppose I can use them.
I can sense the ground shaking. I estimate a few thousand creatures running at our base.
All right,
they are very close. Prepare yourself, Ashley.
We've made all the preparations that we could.
All right,
Let's
I'm gonna build it out here. So I want to mate them out as far out as possible. And all of the little yellow dots, they are just my mines that I'm setting up. And they need to respawn as well. I don't want to aggro anything on the map if I can help it. A bit more. Okay, come on. You should be coming in. There they are. In the beginning, these attacks are not dangerous. Even on hard, they're not very dangerous. Let's just take the small ones first. And just keep moving so the ranged attacks don't get us. Okay, that one's arming. Ow.
This will buy some time until the next attack. Let's check what's new after the HQ upgrade.
There we go.
We should start downloading new blueprints so we can construct more advanced buildings and items. Build a communications hub as soon as possible.
Alright, so that's really
Okay,
the
let's
key
remember
point
to
here.
build some additional power plants for it. It consumes a lot of energy.
And we are at plus 92 power, so yeah, let's build a few more power plants while we are there. Also, another good idea is before you go out and clear things, I should have built this, because they will tend to stall when you're out there. And I suppose we'll build some more solar. They are, after all, more efficient during the day, that is. And if we can store that power, then that's fine. There is also the option of using what's called a Carbonium power plant here. It generates a lot of energy, but it uses our Carbonium, and I would never use my Carbonium for well, not say never, but I definitely don't want to use my bottleneck resource Carbonium to do that.
Weather conditions are changing.
Oh, wind speed
Wind
is increasing.
speed is increasing.
Let's build a communications hub now. Where can we build that? It's going to be one of those special ones. And once we get that, then we can start unlocking some research and tech. And that's pretty good.
Communications hub construction in progress. We can download all the technology blueprints that we need
Let's
from
get
this
a few
building's
more of these.
quantum entanglement template matrix.
It's a pity that we can't
And
upload
repair.
anything back to
Repair
Earth.
is
There's so much
free.
data to be gathered here. I can't wait to start collecting research specimens.
I'm going to go out a
We'll be
bit.
able to
Just
share all of our research data as soon as the Rift station is operational and the rift back to Earth has been opened. Let's focus on that first.
so what I need here is I need to find more Carbonium, because we are really Carbonium starved right now. And therefore, just to go out, explore a bit. Oh, there are some weird things here. And while we work on the communications hub being built, oh wow, there's also some things over here. Oops, change your weapon. Yeah, so now we have this useless weapon here. While we wait for the armory to replenish. Alright, remember to set down some... And we can also just go in melee. Well, actually that was not a great idea. Good. Okay, so mud pools have mud monsters, and I don't really know if they have a strength or weakness or anything. Oops, that's a lot of things I don't want to deal with. Okay. Can I get the other weapon? Is it done now? Yeah, it's good now. Go back. Good stuff. And I'm not getting anything... any Carbonium here. The good thing is that if we get attacked, we can always just zoom back. There.
Wind speed is returning back to typical values. Wind turbine efficiency returning to normal.
Yep. Out of power, but they'll blow up from
Construction finished.
the
We
mines.
can now use it to download new technologies.
Alright, we have new technologies. Excellent. That's kind of where I wanted to... So that was my one big objective for this episode, was to make sure that we get research, because that allows us now to press a button. Let's go look through these options here. We have some different things. That's event log. That's kind of... Here we have not a lot of information, but I'm sure it'll get once we have some tech unlocked, that we can start finding the strengths and weaknesses of different creatures. We have an Orbital Scanner. This is kind of how the campaign works, so this is a really cool way of doing it. I think that you can see here, I think this is a really interesting way, and I have a hypothesis about how it works. So you can see here, this is about the location we're at and the resources that are available. I think that we can scan other places and they will have different things. So if we, for example, need titanium, cobalt, something like that, and then we might need to go to some other thing, which will be a new map, and then settle a base, build there in order to get resources back here. Threat level high. Interesting. And that means we need to build an orbital scanner to unlock this. Over here we have crafting. I have not gone in here because there are just the 3 weapons. And they are... Yeah, I mean, I suppose they are good. Actually, maybe I should have built a shotgun so I had different weapons to alternate with. Yeah, probably should have. Actually, we'll do that now, just for crafting purposes.
Crafting completed.
This is also really weird. Like, some of these stats are randomized. Yeah. So we go over here to the next one, inventory. You can see all of that. I have no idea what this is. We'll get that. But now we can go into the inventory. We have our left hand. I like to have a melee weapon here. Yeah, I don't know if we want it. And the right hand, then we'll have some weapons. We have our small machine gun. We now have our shotgun. There. And the blaster, the one that it doesn't take any power, that we can always shoot. That's just nice to have. I don't think... one of the key things here, you can see the ammo type, no ammo type, and ammo type. So you want to have things with different ammo types because they each accrue in parallel. So if you have 3 things that use the same ammo type, once you're out of that ammo type, you will have to wait for it to accrue. But if you have 3 different ammo types, then they can accrue at the same time. You can switch between them. So that's something to consider. These X's here are mod slots that are blocked because I need better gear. If I have better gear, they will have a mod slot or 2 or 3. And then mods are something I will find out in the world. Primarily so you go explore and kill some big monsters, and then you can get mods. Up here we have upgrades, specific upgrades. I only have I don't have anything of interest. Can I even build something? Yeah, we can build an armor plating. Let's build that just to see what it does.
Crafting completed.
So we can go up here and make a little upgrade. It gives us plus 20 hit points. I like that. It's something. Over crafting, I thought also this one. There is a few things here that we can't build. So that's... and down here we have our skills. Our heal skill, instant repair. And our small mines, I really like those mines. And then we can add more, up to 8. We have our movement skill. This is my dash, where we can upgrade. We can get a different movement skill. It's a jump and a dash. Like, I don't know if there's more. And here, appearance, we can probably unlock, whether that's through achievements or completions, anything like that. Different skins, so we can look cool. Now it is the factory orange color, so that is all good. And then we come to the most interesting part. I think the giant tech tree. This is all on the base and buildings. Then there's also on the weapons and equipment. And over here, there's alien research. All of the alien research is only unlocked once you have unlocked alien research, which is that research. So we kind of want that in order to open it. One of the things about this game that I've just noticed, well, not just, but as I started exploring it, is that everything is capped at, the research is capped at the number of communications portals currently, or communications hubs. Currently, we can only build 1 communications hub. So there is a very limited, the speed here means that it'll take 10 minutes. If I had 2, it would take 5 minutes, but I don't have 2 and I can't make more than 1. So that means explosive weapons, that's going to take 10 minutes of in-game time. Then there was a comment about Orbital Scanner. We want to get that. Orbital Scanning, which is another 17.5 minutes. I wonder if that's in total or this is 7.5 minutes on top. Actually, if I do that. Yeah, it must be total time. Yeah. And we can remove it or cycle them up. But I really want the explosives first so we get better equipment so we can go out and explore. And then we can go onwards into the orbital scanning, which is what we will unlock more stuff. But at this point, it should be... I want to show you something out in the world. If we can go out in the world and find some cool thing. We can also try the new shotgun we got. Okay, let's start exploring upwards. There are some cool things out here. Let's see if we can get one of the mods. Mod thing here. Oh, by the way, before you go out, you really probably should have been upgrading your storage chests. Yeah, so they don't... you don't fill up the storage chest. Let's actually do that because it's pretty cool. We can actually go down here. And then we upgrade the storage by a lot. And over here, storage is this one. What? Misplaced. There. Yeah. So this is a lot of storage. And it's completely redundant to do this kind of storage. Or this much storage.
Ashley, now that the basic base setup is complete, we should start working on our primary objective, constructing an interplanetary rift station. It is going to take a long time to build, so we should start working on it as soon as possible.
That's true. It's a massive building with multiple components and pipeline connections for plasma fuel and cooling. It's going to be the central structure in our base, with multiple support buildings, so we should plan a lot of free space around it. Let's start by placing the foundation.
Ooh, I like this shotgun. It is, it's sexy. Need to be up close and personal, as all shotguns in video games are. Alright, so that was a bit of a note about a special building, which will be the rift portal to allow us to go back. Here's a tiny bit. Wow, is that all we get these days? You can see here when we get to the edge of the map, things are weird. Oh, wow. Uh-huh, that's interesting. So they are resisting. If it says resisted, that actually doesn't... It means that they're immune, so they don't take any damage, as far as I can tell. There. I really want to find some fat loot out here. As long as you keep moving, they're not that dangerous. Oh, there's still more. Oh, and the mud monsters. We are not a fan of those. Oh, are you moving? Oh, that was an autosave. We are out, so... Oh, that's a new monster. Woo! Yeah, that's not really working. Oh, that's a charge. Ow! Alright, lead you back. Okay, that was a bit tougher than the other monsters. So if we have a portal like place like this, which is not really well defended, we can do it in two different ways. If we want to tap this part, we can. And I want to, by the way. There is no doubt that I want that. Here. Now we can drag power back, and that's practically what I'm going to do. And it might be disrupted. So be it. Here, get that one. Get a few power here. It's not going to be a lot. And I'm going to definitely have a teleporter. Then we're going to have some power lines here. And we're going to get a gate in the wall. Otherwise, it's just not a good... Just not having a good time. And then we go... And then we drag the power back. These are pretty cheap, so I don't really care if we drag them a long way. And of course, oops, it might mean that it's not working. Let's see. Is it... What? I missed something. I missed something. Ah, yeah. A single one here. Of course, there's always one missing. And there we go. Now it's online. And that means we can jump to that if it gets attacked, and we can jump back if we need to. There we go. Let's have a look at the last thing we want to build. We have a nice big space over here, and that will be used for the giant rift station. That will be... I guess this is kind of what we want to complete.
Of the rift station's foundation is in progress. Congratulations, Ashley. This milestone marks the beginning of the next chapter of our mission on this planet.
You sometimes sound a bit like Colonel Nordstrom. Do you know that?
I received additional instructions on how to motivate you and keep your spirit high during this
look at our
mission.
power.
They were indeed written by Colonel Nordstrom and revised by Admiral von Blofeld. Would you like me to read what I was instructed to tell you for this occasion?
Oh, please do, Mr. Riggs. This is exactly what I wanted to hear after traveling halfway through the galaxy.
Yay, motivational
Captain
pitches.
Novak, you were selected for the rift jump to Galatea 37 as an exceptional individual. You are amongst the elite of Earth's expeditionary forces. During your services with the Extraterrestrial Science Corps, you have time and again shown courage, bravery, and an unflinching willingness to sacrifice yourself to complete your objectives. You are destined...
What?
Okay, that's a nice speech. It sounds very uplifting. But they didn't read my bio very well.
What do you mean?
The sacrifice part.
Do you mean the Orion mission? You were working without me back then.
Yes, that and a few other things.
Do you want me to read further motivational pieces?
No thanks, I'm good.
That's enough of Colonel Nordstrom. Let's skip the military pathos and stick to your original programming. We've got a planet to explore.
Roger that, Ashley. I am archiving
more of
all
these.
of the
Good.
motivational speeches.
Please do. All right, so what we let's look at our little base. It can go much bigger, and it will. What we're really constrained by, as you can see, we're really very much focused on getting more carbonium. Ironium is not as urgent right now. I'm sure it will be later on. we want to get this one running, what about our research? As you can see, research is capped at 3 minutes. So at this point, I think this is a good time to wrap up the episode. And as I'm outroing, this will probably complete and we'll get a little thing here. So if you have enjoyed this episode and want to see more Riftbreaker, then by all means, hit the like button. Let me know in the comment section if there's something, maybe you've been playing a lot of survival missions or the prologue a billion times. Then if there's something you find that I'm doing fundamentally wrong, then by all means, let me know. Something like doubling or tripling of the walls, clearly not necessary at this point, so no reason to waste Carbonium on that if you wanted to comment on this. So what...
Iron deposit depleted.
There we go. Oh, that was not it. I thought there was this one completed.
It's getting cloudy. It looks like it's going to rain.
Yeah, so that's just this one. We just picked that up. And the one problem with this is sometimes it breaks the connections. Right.
This rain is harmless to our base, but it decreases solar panel efficiency until it stops.
I know that. That's kind of how it works.
The construction of the
there we
Rift
go.
Station Foundation
Construction complete.
We
Save in
need to
progress.
construct all of the Rift Station components before we can start powering up the portal.
So this is clearly something that
The
needs
Rift Station
different
has 3 main
inputs, and
components that
it's going to be
require a
really
lot of
advanced,
rare
as you can
resources
see
to
here,
be built.
10,000 of
The
each.
fusion field accelerator requires enriched uranium. The hyperparticle condenser requires palladium. And the quantum gate stabilizer, which requires titanium. We haven't found any traces of these elements near our base.
These resources might not be present anywhere near our location. We should construct an orbital scanner to start scouting for interesting locations around the entire planet. It will allow us to establish precise coordinates for long-range rift jumps around the planet.
And that is basically how the
We don't
campaign
have the required
evolves.
schematics to build an orbital scanner. We have to download the orbital scanning technology through the communications hub.
Funnily enough, that is exactly our next one in 8 minutes, but that's going to be in the next episode. So this was basically how the game progresses, and you will be scanning out different areas, going out there, getting resources, and then coming back here to what I can only describe as a satisfactory space elevator type of thing. I think that's a really cool way of doing it, and I'm looking forward to diving deeper into this magnificent, amazing game. So thank you very much, Exalt Studios, for making the game and for sponsoring the first video. I will be continuing the Let's Play as long as there is an interest, and if you want like specific guides and that kind of thing, then by all means let me know as well. Leave a comment, and if you are new to the channel and if you found your way all the way to the end of this video, then consider subscribing for more content like this. Thank you for watching. I will see you either here on YouTube, maybe on the Discord, or maybe during the launch stream tonight on Twitch. Until next time, take care and stay
The rain
effective.
is over. Base operations returning back to normal.